this segment of the mysterious Receding Seas, I'm going to bring to light certain factors surrounding the Exodus that historians have totally missed. The reason being that they are not aware that seas recede. I'm going to show in this segment the influence that receding sea levels exerted on the Exodus. It will alter forever the perspective on that epic story in Jewish history. The Bible tells us that the two cities, Pithom and Ramses, were built by Jewish slave labor under Ramses II. The two cities were known as store cities because grain and armaments were stored there. These two cities featured in the Exodus story. In preparation to leave Egypt, it was reported that the Jews gathered at Ramses and then filed in their thousands towards Pithom. From Pithom, they crossed the Red Sea to the Sinai Desert and freedom. The Bible tells us that they crossed on dry land because of God's intervention. He separated the sea for them. Now the mystery deepens. History tells us that Ramses and Pithom both were on the sea. They both had harbors. Archaeologists were searching for years for these cities along the Mediterranean coast. They were looking for the harbors. Their search on the sea was unsuccessful. Through a quirk of fate, an amazing discovery was made. A farmer plowing his field away inland struck a stone. The stone had hieroglyphs. When archaeologists examined the hieroglyphs, they discovered Ramses. They finally discovered Ramses. The peculiar thing was that the city was discovered 6 miles inland and not on the coastline where they were searching previously. This discovery of the city of Ramses was made in 1883. That was 125 years ago. Yet, archaeologists still fail to understand that the seas recede and have receded over thousands of years. If only they knew this, it would solve a lot of archaeological mysteries. Having found Ramses, it was easier to find Pithom from the directions given in the Bible account of Exodus. Now let us look at the story from another perspective. The Suez Canal was opened in 1869. It is a sea-level canal. The Suez is 100 miles long from Port Said on the Mediterranean to Port Suez on the Red Sea. The city of Ismailia is in the middle of the Suez Canal. That is, Ismailia was established in 1869 when the Suez was built. It is located 50 miles from the Red Sea and 50 miles from the Mediterranean Sea. The Israelites, it is reported, crossed near to Ismailia. Incidentally, Pithom was discovered very near to Ismailia. Pithom is also 50 miles from the Red Sea, and this is what I want to draw to your attention. Pharaoh built a canal from a tributary of the Nile to Pithom, which gained him access to the Red Sea. The canal ended at Pithom, which shows that's where the Red Sea was. And now the Red Sea, as I've said, is a sea-level canal, which means that the Red Sea is the same level as the Mediterranean Sea. So we have to assume that when the Red Sea was at Pithom, the Mediterranean Sea was also at Pithom. In fact, it is quite likely that both seas clashed at Pithom and withdrew at certain times, leaving a gap between the seas that the Israelites could cross through. The Jews lived in the area of Egypt for a long time and must have known of the clash of the seas at Pithom and the movement of the tides. That is perhaps why they walked to Pithom to cross at that point, midway where the Suez Canal is today. This is all hypothetical and subject to debate, but the facts are there for all to analyze. The other point I want to make at this time is that Pithom evidently had its harbor on the Red Sea and Ramses had its harbor on the Mediterranean. This video is made with the hope that archaeologists will use the information about receding seas in their research. It is very important that the phenomena be understood and recognized for its worth. Today, marine archaeologists are still searching in Jamaica for two of Columbus's ships. which were scuttled there. They would have had much more success had they been searching a quarter-mile inland. They insist on searching in the sea. Once archaeologists apply the knowledge of receding seas, they will be able to locate many lost civilizations just by knowing where the seas once were. They will solve many archaeological mysteries, including why all ancient civilizations first evolved on the tops of mountains. These videos are made with that hope, that the science will be recognized that the seas are receding, and pay attention to the wealth of knowledge it provides to research in earth sciences. Receding seas affects all aspects of our lives and has been doing so for a very long time. Look for the next video in the Receding Seas series, which will be up soon. I am Richard Guy.